Hey math kids, today we're going to talk about complex numbers, and essentially there any number that fits this form. So in other words, this is a completely real number, A. B is also a real number, and then I is considered an imaginary number. So in short, we can say it's part real, part imaginary. And yeah, so I is equal to the square root of -1, which means that I squared is going to be -1. Okay, so let's just jump into some problems and see how it goes. So if we have the square root of -81 and the negative square root of -3, we want to write those in terms of I. And so what we do here is we pull out the negative, and that's just an I. And then the square root of 81 would just give us a 9. And so it's just going to be 9I on that one. Now for this next one, this negative on the outside stays negative. This negative on the inside becomes an I, and then we still just have the square root of 3. So it's going to be -I square root of 3 for that answer. Okay, now they want us to solve these equations, and so to do that we're going to square root both sides. X is equal to plus or minus the square root of -4, and once again negative becomes an I, and then the square root of 4 is 2, and so that's going to be plus or minus 2I is equal to X. Okay, the other one they want us to do is this. Now, because this is in a section with complex numbers, I'm assuming this can't be factored. So I'm just going to use the quadratic formula. So we get opposite of b squared minus 4ac 2a. We simplify. We got 1 minus 8, so that's -7. Okay, because there's a negative right there, we couldn't have factored it. So the only thing we need to do is take negative, bring it out, and it's an I. So it's -1 plus or minus I root 7 over 2, and that's what X is equal to. If you need additional help, please come to Math Lab. Until then, calculator.